Good morning students. This is lecture 3rd of chapter 6th class 11th maths. Today we will discuss about graphical solution of linear inequalities in two variables. Till today we have studied about linear inequalities in one variable in chapter 6th. Now we will study linear inequalities in two variables. So some examples of linear inequalities in two variables, say the variables which I have taken as x and y. So the linear inequalities in the two variables x and y can be ax plus by greater than 0 or ax plus by less than 0, ax plus by equal to greater than 0 or ax plus by equal to less than 0 where a and b are not equal to 0. So these are some examples of linear inequalities in two variables. As we know, inequality is that in which these four types of symbols are there, right? So these are some types of linear inequalities. Now to understand about the solutions of the linear inequalities in two variables, first of all we'll understand this Cartesian plane. So as you know, this is our coordinate plane, right, or Cartesian plane. Any line, either vertical or non-vertical, cuts the complete plane into two half planes, right? This is one side half plane and this is the other half plane, right? So any line cuts the Cartesian plane into the two half planes, right? This is our left half plane 1, this is our right half plane 2nd. Also any non-vertical line also cuts the graph into two half planes. This is our upper half plane, this one is our lower half plane. So any point on this Cartesian plane will either lie on the line or on this left half plane or on the right half plane, right? So a point in a Cartesian plane will either lie on the line or any of the two half planes. So let us examine the relationship between the points in the plane and the inequalities ax plus by less than c or ax plus by greater than c. Now we will find the relationship between the points in the plane and the given inequalities. Let's take an example to find the solution of the given inequality x plus y equal to less than 5. So first of all, to find the solution of this inequality, draw the graph of the equation x plus y equal to 5. No matter which sign of inequality is given here, first of all draw the graph of the equation x plus y equal to 5. So for this, when y is 0, x will be 5, and when x will be 5, put here 5 in place of x, you will get y as 0. These 2 points are enough to draw line x plus y equal to 5. So we have draw this line x plus y equal to 5. Also you can see in the question equality is there, right? Therefore draw a dark line. I will tell you why we have drawn this dark line. Now see, now the points of the Cartesian plane which satisfies the equation x plus y equal to 5 will lie on this line. The points which are lying on this line are those points which satisfy this equation x plus y equal to 5. One of the two half planes will include those points which will satisfy the inequality x plus y less than 5, and the other one will include those points which will satisfy x plus y greater than 5. As you know, this line basically includes those points which satisfy the equation x plus y equal to 5. Now this plane and this plane, these two half planes, any of these two half planes will include the solution for x plus y less than 5, and the other will include the solution of x plus y greater than 5. Now to check which half plane satisfies which inequality, To check this, take any point AB from Cartesian plane but not on line. You have to take any point, but that point should not lie on the line. That is, you have to take any point from one of the half planes and put that point in the given inequality. If the point satisfies the given inequality, then solution of the inequality will lie on that half plane, otherwise on the other half plane. Now, when you take the point from any one of the half plane, if that point will satisfy the given inequality, then the solution will be that half plane, otherwise the solution will be the second half plane. So see, we have taken this inequality x plus y equal to less than 5. We have drawn the graph of the equation x plus y equal to 5. These are the two half planes, first this side and this is the second half plane, right? Now we have to take any point but not the point on the line. So I have taken this point 1, 1. Now we will put this point in our given inequality. In place of x and y, put 1 and 1, which is equal to 2. 2 is equal to less than 5. This is given. 2 is now equal to less than 5. Now this is true because 2 is less than 5. So when we take any point from any of the half plane, if it satisfies the given inequality, then the solution will lie in that plane. So it satisfies this point, therefore the solution will lie on the half plane first, right, and shade this portion. So the half plane first contains the solution of the inequality x plus y less than 5. Also in the question it is given x plus y equal to less than 5. Therefore dark this line, because we also know that the points which satisfy the equation x plus y equal to 5 will lie on this line. So the complete solution of given inequality x plus y equal to less than 5 is the shaded portion and the dark line. So the complete solution for this is the shaded portion and this line, right? Note, for convenience, the point 0, 0 is preferred to check, known as origin test. To check which plane will satisfy the equation, we have here taken the point 1, 1, but for convenience, we try to take the point 0, 0, right? Because it is the easiest to put in the given inequality. Now next, we'll take one more example. Solve 3x plus 2y equal to greater than 6 graphically. So first of all, you know we have to draw the graph of the equation 3x plus 2y equal to 6. For those, I have taken these two values. At x2, y is 0 and at x0, y is 3. So draw the graph of the line. Also you can see equality is there in the question. Therefore draw the graph, draw the dark line. Otherwise we draw the dotted line. But now equality is there. So draw the dark line. This is the equation of the line 3x plus 2y equal to 6. Do the origin test. Now we will do the origin test. Take 0, 0. Put in this given inequality. This is the given inequality. When you will put it, you will get 0 equal to greater than 6, which is false. 0 is not greater than 6, neither equal to. Therefore, the statement is false. So, solution will lie in the plane in which 0, 0 does not lies. Because we have taken this point origin and the given inequality does not satisfy this point. Therefore, the solution will be the other plane which does not includes this point, that is the plane away from the origin. This is the plane towards the origin. This is the plane away from origin. So shade this portion. This is the solution and also this line is the solution. So we have darkened this line, right? So the solution is the plane away from origin. Clear? Now next question is solve x minus y equal to greater than 4 graphically. First of all, draw the graph of the equation x minus y equal to 4. Taking these 2 points, draw the graph, or you can take any other points. We have draw the line x minus y equal to 4. Because equality is there in the question, so draw the dark line. Now do the origin test. When you will put in place of x and y 0, you will get 0 equal to greater than 4, which is false, right? Therefore solution will lie in the plane away from origin. So solution will lie on this side, right? The plane away from origin. Clear? If suppose in any question equality is not given, this is the same question as above, right? But just equality is not given, so the solution will be same. Solution will be this portion only, but line will be dotted, right? Because now equality is not there, so show the dotted line. Clear? Today's homework is you have to complete exercise 6.2. Now solution of exercise 6.1, which I have given you homework in lecture 2nd. Question number 14th. Solve 37 minus bracket 3x plus 5 equal to greater than 9x minus 8 into x minus 3 in the bracket. So we have to solve this inequality. For this, first of all, we'll solve the brackets. So it will be 37 minus 3x minus 5 equal to greater than 9x minus multiply minus 8 into x, that is minus 8x, and minus 8 into minus 3, which will be plus 24. Now this will be 32 minus 3x equal to greater than x plus 24. Taking the terms of x as one side, so this it will be minus 3x minus x 24 minus 32. When you will solve it, you will get minus 4x equal to greater than minus 8. Right? Now minus is there, so we are multiplying on both sides with minus 1. You will get 4x equal to less than 8. When we will multiply it with a negative number, then sign of the inequality will change. Right? Now divided with 4 on the both sides, so you will get x equal to less than 2. Therefore we can say x belongs to from minus infinity to 2, as equality is there, so close bracket will come. Next is question number 20th. X upon 2 equal to greater than 5x minus 2 upon 3 minus 7x minus 3 upon 5. So for solving this, x by 2 as it is equal to greater than, for solving these two terms, first of all you will take the LCM. LCM will be 15. So multiplying 5 with this term and 3 with this term, you will get 25x minus 10 minus 21x plus 9. Now x upon 2 equal to greater than, this will become now 4x minus 1 upon 15. As 25x minus 21x is 4x and minus 10 plus 9 is minus 1. Now multiplying both the sides with the LCM of the denominators. So here it is 2, here it is 15. So LCM of the denominators will be 30. So multiplying both the sides by 30, here you will get 15x equal to greater than, when you multiply this with 30, so you will get 8x minus 2. Taking this 8x that side, you will get 7x equal to greater than minus 2. To get the value of x, we will divide both sides by 7. As 7 is a positive number, so sign of the inequality will not change. So x is equal to greater than minus 2 by 7. On the number line, you will represent it as, here is something minus 2 by 7. So minus 2 by 7 is, x is equal to minus 2 by 7. So closed, or you can say filled circle will come. And because x is greater than this number, so all the portion of this line, this side will come. So dark this side also. Okay. Number 22nd. To receive grade A in a course, one must obtain an average of 90 marks or more in 5 examinations, each of 100 marks. There are 5 examinations, each of 100 marks, and to get grade a student must obtain an average of 90 marks or more. That is at least of 90 marks. If Sunita's marks in first 4 exams are 87, 92, 94 and 95. Sunita's 4 exams marks are given. Find the minimum marks that Sunita must obtain in 5th exam. We have to find the minimum marks of Sunita in the 5th exam to get a grade. So whatever we want to find, let that be as x. So let x be the marks obtained by Sunita in 5th exam, right? Now they are asking minimum of this x so that Sunita gets grade A. So for grade A, average should be either 90 or more. So average will be 4 exams marks are given plus 5th exam marks we have let as x. Add all the marks, divide by 5 is the average, and average should be either equal to 90 or greater than 90, right? When you will solve this, 368 plus x, also multiplying both sides by 5, so you will get equal to greater than 450. Now x equal to greater than 450 minus 368, which is 82. So minimum marks she should get is 82. Question number 23rd. Find all pairs of consecutive odd integers. We have to find the pairs of consecutive odd integers, both of which are smaller than 10 such that their sum is more than 11. Both of which are smaller than 10 and their sum is more than 11. So let x comma x plus 2 be the pair of consecutive odd positive integers. We have let the pair as x comma x plus 2. Why x plus 2? Because the next consecutive odd integer after x will be x plus 2. Now they have given that both should be smaller than 10. So we will not take x less than 10 because x plus 2 is greater than x. If x plus 2 is less than 10, then x will automatically become less than 10. Therefore, we will just take x plus 2 less than 10. When you will solve it, you will get x less than 8. Right? Subtracting both sides by minus 2. So, x is less than 8. Let this inequality be as 1. Second is sum of both of these is more than 11. So, taking sum of both of these numbers which is greater than 11. So, you will get 2x greater than 9 and x greater than 9 by 2. Let this be as second. Now from 1 and 2 the result will be x is less than 8 and x is greater than 9 by 2 and 9 by 2 is 4.5. So x is an odd integer greater than 4.5 and less than 8. So x will be 5. Then x cannot be 6. Why? Because x is an odd integer. Therefore 7. So values of x are 5 and 7. Therefore pair is x comma x plus 2. So the pairs will be 5 comma 5 plus 2 which is 7 and then 7 comma 7 plus 2 which is 9. Clear? 24th. Find all pairs of consecutive even integers, both of which are larger than 5 such that their sum is less than 23. Now we have to find the pairs of consecutive even integers. Both of those numbers are larger than 5 and their sum should be less than 23. So first of all we will let the pair as x comma x plus 2 be the consecutive pair of even positive integers. As it is given both the numbers should be larger than 5. So we will take the smaller one of these two numbers. X is smaller than x plus 2. So we will just take x greater than 5. Because if x will greater than 5, then x plus 2 will automatically become greater than 5. So x greater than 5, let this inequality be as 1. Another condition is given as their sum is less than 23. So sum of the numbers is x plus 2, which is less than 23. So you will get 2x less than 21. Dividing the inequality by 2, 2 is a positive number, so sign of the inequality will not change. So x is less than 21 upon 2. Let this be as 2, right? Now from 1 and 2 we will get that x is greater than 5 and x is less than 10.5. So in this range the values of x which are even will be 6, 8 and 10. So the pairs will be x comma x plus 2. So 6 comma 6 plus 2. Then 8 comma 8 plus 2. Then 10 comma 10 plus 2. Clear? 26th, a man wants to cut 3 lengths from a single piece of board of length 91 centimeter. There is a single piece of board of length 91 centimeter and a man wants to cut 3 lengths from that board. The second length is to be 3 centimeter longer than the shortest, and the third length is to be twice as long as the shortest. What are the possible lengths of the shortest board? If the third piece is to be at least 5 centimeter longer than the second. So they are asking for the possible lengths of the shortest board. So we will let x be the length of the shortest board, right? X is the length of the shortest board. Now it is given that the second length is to be 3 centimeter longer than the shortest. Second length is 3 centimeter longer than the shortest. Therefore, second length will be x plus 3. 3 centimeter longer, therefore add 3 in the shortest length. And the third length is to be twice as long as the shortest. Now third length is twice of the shortest, so 2x. Also see, the board is of 91 centimeter. A man wants to cut 3 pieces. So either the man can use the complete board or can use like this be the shortest, this is the second and this is the third, and also some part of the board remains as it is, right? So we can say that by adding all of these length, first shortest length, second length and the third length, either the length of this is equal to 91, that is the man can use the complete board or he can use less than the complete board. So the length of these 3 pieces either equal to 91 or less than 91. So when you will solve it, you will get it as 4x equal to less than 88 and x equal to less than 22. And let this be as equation 1. To the question, it is also given that the third piece is to be at least 5 centimeter longer than the second. Third piece is 2x, right? So 2x is at least. At least means either equal to or greater than. At least 5 centimeter longer than the second. Second is x plus 3. 5 centimeter longer means 5 plus x plus 3. So when you will solve it, you will get it as x equal to greater than 8. And let this be as second inequality. Now from 1 and 2 we can say the x is equal to greater than 8 and equal to less than 22. So possible length of the shortest board is this, right? Clear?